Good afternoon, Cowboy Jim here. Um, I was trying to assess how I felt today. Now, that doesn't, it's not a big complicated thing, but I was, I was wondering how, how do I feel? I did my penance a lot today already in terms of of watching news and so on. And I thought, well, I I actually think I feel a little panicky. The word is panic, and I thought, gee, why would I feel like that? I mean, and then I thought, well, shoot, what all is going on in the world, and that'll make you feel physically ill, and but there's a reason for how we feel. The opposites are intriguing for me. Love, hate, joy, sadness, confidence, no confidence at all. We're pretty simple in our feelings, and I happen to believe that that's true. I thought, well, why do I feel panic? Like, I'm pretty self-sustaining, self-reliant. Better be. And I thought, well, I hope there's not a run on toilet paper again. I mean, geez. But there could be a run on the simplistic things of life, like toilet paper, do I have enough food? Probably. For how long? Who knows? Uh, peace, unrest. It's a good question. Like, the peace that I feel, is it founded on something? Is it vaporous? Is it determined by how many hundreds I carry in my wallet, or how many are in my account? But I think it goes deeper than that. I think it is that I certainly look at the Ukraine with a tremendous amount of sympathy, because I haven't experienced what they're going through, which would allow me to use the word empathy. Sympathy premised on experience, my own experience, having experienced something similar to the Ukrainian people. And in our free world, well, we haven't had that attack on our cities. I spoke, I don't know how many videos ago, 300 and, oh, this is 379, and it gets a little foggy after a while, but I spoke the other day and I asked how many bombs fell on your city last night. I live in Fort McMurray, Alberta, Canada, as everyone knows probably. And I posed the question: how many bombs fell in our neighborhoods, or how many fighter jets flew over our city? And it's kind of stupid in some way, but in other ways it's not, because we're watching. I mean, I guarantee you, a lot of people won't watch news from now until the day they die, because they truly don't want to know the depravity of one man, several men actually. Putin, Xi Jinping, you're getting tired of that one, I bet. Well, I bet the Taiwanese people aren't getting tired of the rest of the world, considering that the Taiwanese people, could well be next on Xi Jinping's program, game plan. I believe he is. Do we run and hide? Well, I don't think anyone should bury their head in the sand, but at the same time, I'm totally, absolutely against panic, fear. That nutritionist bodybuilder lady, she did an expose on fear, and I just thought it was wonderful, because fear it is debilitating. It's kind of sick, and because it curtails you from having the self-reliance to live and to do what you want to do. That is not injurious to another, but it is a fulfillment of the intent of your heart. And I realize that there's, I mean, if you're in a quandary as to comparing what is going on with what is spoken of in Scripture, well, look at Scripture. See what it says. And one of my favorite sayings has always been, Satan goes about as a roaring lion to see, and I paraphrase everything because I'm not very good at remembering verbatim Scripture. Well, a few, but not many. And Satan goes about as a roaring lion to see who will respond by running. My cousin and I, we had the joy and the privilege and the honor of having a mountain lion run at us, just screaming. And it was not going to stop. I mean, it planted its feet. I shot it in the chest with an arrow. It jumped up, stroked the arrow off, and went the other way, which was rather a pleasant experience for me. I think it was pretty good for my cousin too. I guarantee you. Anyways, in all of this, I was casting about trying to remember a scripture I'd like to kind of hold on to. And here it is. Coincidental. It starts with the same word, casting. It says, casting all your care upon him. That would be Jesus, for he careth for you. Be sober. I don't think that just means humor. Be vigilant, attentive, because your adversary, the devil, Satan, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. I spoke to my cousin in Ontario, a young lady, this morning, and I'd made mention of spring's coming. Bears will be coming out pretty soon, and she says, "You don't like bears too much." I said, "I really don't mind them." I said, "As long as I'm not on their menu." And I guess that's the way we look at things in life. As long as we aren't on the menu, things aren't too bad. But do I want to go through life in a panic? You hear how I talk, and I don't talk much faster when I am near a position and place where some would panic. Because from what I've seen, that's when you are potentially weaker, when you panic. Wonderful lady, bar none, wonderful lady. She said, fear is debilitating. In Scripture, it speaks of end times stuff as being so stressful on people that people's hearts fail. I had the privilege and the honor of having a heart attack. My family doctor said, "Oh, Jim, you are blessed, son." And I said, "In what way?" He said, "You're alive." He said, 1 out of every 3 people who have heart attacks and die didn't even know they had a heart issue. And he said, we can, because we have discovered through you having a heart attack that we need to medicate you a little. We need to ascertain your cholesterol, various things like that. We need to change your diet. We need to, well, he never said get into better physical shape, because I've always been in pretty good shape for the shape I'm in. No bodybuilder. And so we did. We took cautionary measures, and we changed a few things that I was doing, like my favorite meal once a week when the boys were done working, and I had 2 finishing crews, each one fundamentally run by one of my 2 sons. So they each had their own little endeavor and so on, and we were just a family. But I really liked steak sandwich, French fries covered in dark, rich gravy. Well, I probably haven't had that for 10, 15 years. It's been a long time, because we have seen the value in recognizing a problem and finding a resolution to the problem. So So today I kind of felt a nominal degree of panic. And I thought, I don't particularly like that. I don't really particularly think I'm going to continue to allow myself to feel that way because, well, might you ask why? Because I look at my old Bible here. I mean, gee whiz. I don't know if you can see that, but oh, geez, who knows? You may not. But, anyways, it's been read, well read, not read well, but which would indicate a certain comprehension of everything, and that's where Scripture really messes with us because you can read the same verse today as you did yesterday, and the thing that will jump out at you yesterday will have a very slight but differing inflection on it today, which means that you can read that book hundreds of times, and I wouldn't want to pretend to guess how many I have read it, but it's a lot. And it's the second large Bible that I have read in 50 years. And the first one I gave away because the cover was gone, everything was gone. Gee, it was falling apart. But today, I have the joy of all those scriptures that I filed away, may well not have understood at that era, but I understand today the applications of what I've read. You understand the applications that you can apply within the confines, parameters of your life today based on your experience of yesterday. So, what do we see? And what do you see in your life? I spend my time just asking, I hope thought-provoking questions, concerns that would prompt you to define in this life you're living. I purposely believe we're allocated one life. It goes along this line. It's appointed unto men to live, to die, and to be judged. And in that process of time, you find joy and peace in what you're doing, hopefully. And so I'm not going to walk in panic or fear at all. And when that insidious thing creeps up on me, I am just taking a step back and saying, no way in hell am I going to allow myself to walk in such debilitating fear. Not doing it. Don't want to. Don't have to. It's my choice. And I shout encouragement to you. Don't you walk in fear. I really appreciated and enjoyed that Raptor Express thing. Truly. The last couple of videos, 3 or 4, I think are critical. Certainly critical for me to have been attentive to what's going on in the hope that I can see a way out. I can. It's in the Lord. It's in God. It's in humbling ourselves and praying, asking God. Oh, geez, don't let bombs fall on Fort Mac. I mean, we have enough trouble. And take care of my grandkids, my sons, geez, and my friends. And those three ladies I mentioned the other day, Olena, Avdiva, Yulia, like take care of those in my life who I hold in the deepest of respect. And I have every confidence that God will and will continue to do. So anyways, God bless. Don't run, okay? Maybe one behind you, roaring like a lion. Don't run. Turn and face it. Get your back to a wall where you can't be attacked from behind. Stand. Choose what you believe. God bless you. I mean sincerely. God bless you. You can do this. You can make it. I know you can.